So, changing the air filter on a 2015 Nissan Sentra. Make sure you can see this. First you got to take off the intake valve. Really it's just pull up and pull out. But there that is. Make sure you can see that again. Right there. Just set that right over there. Actually, I'm going to wipe it down, get it a little cleaner. But then you just want you to be able to see this. Make sure. But there's a clip right here. There's a clip on the side. Basically, pull straight up. This is in the way a little bit, but it's alright. But here's my filter. Right here. And as you can see, it is really, really dirty at the bottom there. And I'm going to bring you in here for a minute. You want to make sure it's clean on the inside, and of course it is. But see right here? There was some leaves in there. So I'm going to take that out. And then what you want to do... Alright, I'm back. I just got a wet cloth right here to, as you can see, I'm just cleaning this out a little bit. And it's a hot day, so I'm going to wipe this down. And I'm just cleaning it up. And also I want to take this, and I just like my car being clean. So clean it up a little bit. It's all dirty. Look how filthy that is. So now I got my dry ones. Of course, you want to dry the inside. Oop. And it's hot, so I'm going to just set this on top of my hood. Well, I could set it on the ground actually. But you should always make sure everything's clean, and you want to make sure it's dry. You don't want no water on your intake valve or anything like that. So I got that. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. I'm actually going to put it on top of my cleaner your car is, the better it's going to run. It's going to keep the filth. It's going to be able to breathe. So I like to keep my car clean at least. But look how filthy that is. So but yeah, you got to keep it. I mean, it's pretty dirty. It's got to be able to breathe. Alright everybody, I let this dry out a little bit. I wiped it, made sure it was dry. You really want to make sure it's dry. Now, again, here's the old one, and here's the new one I got. Nice, beautiful, clean, and make sure it's the same one, and actually it is. This one's a little bit more quality, keeps the leaves off, anything big from getting to it. This one didn't. This is a little cheaper, but also the car company put this in. I might as well do it myself, you know. So basically, there it is, like that, and you're just putting it right in. Make sure it's snug. It's in there. You got to make sure it's in there. Let me make sure here. And that's what it was. We're going to make sure. So it was like this. Well, that was the bottom. Because it's going to go in there like this. So that's how it was. So now we're just going to take that out. Show that one more time. It was like that. Just making sure it was like that. So now we're going to take this out. And we're going to put our new one in. And it doesn't have any up, but both actually, well, let's make sure. Wording's down there. Yeah, so everything is, we'll just put it like that. Everything's snug. Everything feels good. Everything's in there. You can see it right there. Now all I got to do is, and I want to show you so everybody can see what I'm doing, is the clips. Okay, so as you can see at the bottom there's clips, and this is going right here. Okay, so I just got to make sure, everything's good here. Got a tube down there. Yeah, nothing goes in here. So there we go. Everything's good. So, alright. So, as you can see, it goes back in there. I'm going to put my camera down here. There we go. So, I just want to make sure. Just pushing on here. Okay, yeah, everything goes in. There we go. Goes right in there. That is. That clicks right back on. Let me make sure here. You got to really make sure everything's right. Yeah. Let me make sure here. Was it like this? Nope, it wasn't. So it was like this, just to make sure. And what it is you got to get it in these grooves right there. So, you know, it takes a little patience, but you have to figure, if you let a car company do this for you, they're charging you an arm and a leg to do something you can do yourself, and it just takes a little bit of patience. I just always like to make sure I have everything right. And everything looks good. Just making sure here. There, that is, that clicks. That clicks. Everything's good. Everything's in. Everything's on. Okay, so we got that. I want to bring this back over here. so you can see. So there it is, that clicked. That one clicked on the side there. It's in the grooves underneath. Everything's good. Everything takes time, but patience. And I gotta come over here. And I want to show, when I wiped in here, I didn't like pour water. Do not pour any water in here, because you're going to get it in here and you don't want to mess this up. So really just wipe it, blow it, make sure everything's out of there. You can blow it, nothing's coming. There's the connection down here. I just got to make sure it's on. And I also just want to show you right here, but it goes right here, right in here. I got a seal right here. So I'm going to make sure my seal is okay right here. So I just want to make sure everybody sees that. There's a seal right there. Right there. So now what you want to do is make sure it's hooked up at the bottom, because there's a seal. Okay, so goes over here, down here, clicks on there, and it goes right in. So right there. But I want to show you something. We're going to take this back out. Okay. Like I said, when you're doing it, you want to be careful, take your time. But I want to show you something. Let me get my camera again. We're going to, so this piece goes in there, clicks in there, make sure it's not like that, make sure it's correct. And then right here, you got to make sure it's over here, because this is your installation to connect it. So that's where you have to connect it. So it goes like this. Okay, so just want to make sure you're following along and you'll be able to do it right. We'll pull back here. And like I said, just take your time. And like I said, if you see this, make sure that's even wiped out actually. It goes right on that seal. Like I say again, make sure it's dry. You don't want any wet or moisture. And yeah, no moisture. Yep, nice and clean. We'll dry it out a little bit. There we go, everything's good. Going right over that. This is going right in there like that. That little piece is going right in there. And there you go. And that is how you save about $50 to $60 to change it yourself. Go buy it. It was only $15. I bought a good one. And as you could see on that other one, it had the blocker right here, so leaves can't be stuck in here. And this one's just a cheap one from the car company. So that's it, simple as that. Totally done. Everything's nice and clean. And what that's going to do is my car is going to be able to breathe. Because you don't want anything getting up in there. You don't want dirt, dust, or anything. Just this little bit of dirt. That dirt in there. Look at that. Like I said, I want you to see that because it's very important. That dirt. Oh my gosh. Filthy, filthy. And that's in my intake. So you want to make sure your air filter on your car is clean. I want to thank everybody for coming. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to change the oil on this car also. So make sure you tune in, and I'm going to make sure you see how to take care of your own vehicle. It saves money, and with this inflation going on, why not put that money in your pocket? And then you know what to do, and you're learning about your vehicle. So when something goes wrong, you know what's changed for real. As like I said again, I went to the car place, had them do a thing, but they put the cheapest, crappiest filter on it instead of getting something nice. But now I know how to do it myself. So anyways, thanks for coming back to the MGS channel. That's how you change a filter on basically most cars got a filter like that. So just look, learn, and do it yourself. Save money. Thanks for coming, and can't wait to show you the next video. And I have a lot of other videos out there, so please stand by and watch. Bye now.